Hello everyone, welcome to another StarCraft II game with me, tohaaaa. Today I've got you a TVZ with me playing as the red Zerg in bottom right, and in the top left we have our blue Terran, Bratwursther from the group. I have no idea what that is. Anyway, I wasn't going to record a game today as I'd uploaded 2 yesterday, but I just tried something really good and really fun. I couldn't resist. So here we go. I'm opening up with a double extractor trick just to get those two drones out easier and faster. And as you can see, I'm not going for a straight spawning pool, and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. I sent this drone out into the scout expansion, and as you will see now, I'm not going to do an expansion. I'm about to drop a hatchery outside of this guy's main base. Obviously he has no idea that I'm doing this. He's going for a standard opening wall, which is very good against Zerg. You should always do that. You should always put a wall down, because obviously, as you will see, it'll protect against the Zerglings running into your base. Now, he hasn't walled off fully yet, but this is expected. He hasn't got that second. He seems to be spamming that like crazy. I mean, if we have a look at his APM, yeah, it's 300 APM, all in clicking that one barracks, or just pressing 1 and 2. Normally, if I play Terran, I have my command center on 1 and my barracks on 2. He is going for a quick double gas, which just suggests that he is going for that quick tech. Going over to my base, as you can see, I'm getting up that extractor, getting up that spawning wall, so I can harvest those minerals and start researching that metabolic boost. My hatchery is about to finish up, and what my plan is that as soon as that hatchery is done, I'm going to get a queen on it. I'm getting a queen down here just so I can get that lava, but also so I can get lava on this base. You'll see what I do is I immediately start building a drone, and I immediately start making a queen. Now at this point, again, my Terran player hasn't scouted, although he does get a hint. He probably does see that creep there, and he might be a bit suspicious. He's still spamming those keys. If we take a look at his APM, it's 300. Wow. And he's not doing a whole lot with that APM. Looking over the whole map, my first set of Zerglings are now leaving. I'm not expanding down here, as I have got an expansion up here, which is probably not a good idea, considering if this goes south and I lose it, I won't have an expansion. So that probably wasn't a very good idea on my part. But anyway, if we have a look, I'm mining from his minerals, because obviously I need them more than him. And I'm also getting 2 spine crawlers in order to defend against any possible aggression from the Terran. Now, I wouldn't call it aggression, I would call it more defense, because obviously I'm taking his natural. So if we have a look, it's in clear view. He can see what I'm doing, and I'm just sending up a set of Zerglings. I do see he has got the wall there, which is expected. I am sending that Overlord over there to be able to get that high ground vision, but as you'll see, those Marines will be able to fend it off quite well. Take a look at what I'm also doing. I'm sending down more Zerglings, and I'm also, in a minute, I'll also be putting a creep tumor around here in order to gain that high ground vision. Continuing to make Zerglings and drones. Actually, no, I'm also almost exclusively making Zerglings at this point, and I'm also moved my 2 spine crawlers up to the ledge of his base. And indeed, he does see this, and so do I. I do have that high ground vision, so sucks to be that supply depot. It is about to get killed. Now, at this point, what's probably racing through the Terran's mind is, holy cow, why is this happening to me? I have never probably encountered a proxy hatchery before. Well, he probably has, but not in this fashion, with 2 spine crawlers sitting outside of his main base. Now, obviously, this isn't all in. I'm not taking up at all from here, apart from that Zergling metabolic boost. But at some point, I do get the roaches, because even though it's nice doing a cheese and inflicting that damage, but if you don't have a follow-up, if you don't transition into something else, it has a higher chance of failing. Now here I'm moving in again. I do see that he has got that size of Marines. I am trying to bait him down into my spine crawler line. He is doing the right thing in sending this command center over here to be able to get that additional mining done. When this command center either inevitably goes down, or he beats me, he'll have a command center. My second queen here has popped out. I've gotten these 2 queens in order to do an offensive. And I'm also getting a roach warren back at home. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. I am getting that additional unit out, because obviously this, you cannot rely on Zerglings to be able to succeed against this unit composition. I mean, Marauders are very good against Zerglings. Roaches are a great counter. So Marauders, definitely, if you see Marauders as Zerg, make Roaches. They are a very good thing to do. Now here, he stems, moving down the ramp very successfully, managing to get pretty much all of my Zerglings and my one queen. But I have got those two spine crawlers sitting in the back defending my base. Well, my my natural. His natural, I might add. I have got a few overlords here sitting. Now at this point I got really scared that I was going to fail with this cheese. But my roaches have arrived in time, and I am able to successfully continue my push into his main base. What I'm doing here is attempting to put that creep tumor there. It is very wise, very good for him that he got rid of that creep tumor what he did, because my goal there was to be able to further gain that high ground vision so that these two spine crawlers could advance into his base. Again, I probably did a bad thing here. I'm not getting any upgrades. I'm just sitting on the Zerg and Roach Tech, not getting the lair. I am literally going all in into this, but here I decide to, you know what, I'm going to try and push in even further. I'm going to dump the spine crawlers into his main base, which is basically the worst thing you can do. I mean, as a Terran, you must feel really sad that at like the 6-minute mark, 2 spine crawlers and a bunch of roaches are moving up into your main base. Now here I am lucky. I did manage to successfully establish the 2 spine crawlers, and I am now picking off his production, which is very bad for the Terran player, because he won't be able to produce any Marines, any Marauders, or anything. And those spine crawlers will be able to pick off anything that comes out of those barracks. Now, obviously, I should have waited to destroy that barracks, but that spine crawler is taking a pilgrimage over to the other side of these barracks in order to plant itself right there. Probably not a good, probably a bit pointless now, because I will be eliminating these 2 spine crawlers shortly, and this one does not have range of those SCVs. Now here, I should have done this earlier, but now I'm moving on into the middle line in order to disrupt that economy. If we have a look, he obviously has the lead in mineral production purely because of that expansion, but right now I'm taking out his command center. At this point he has no production. He only has 1 command center with a few SCVs, and he leaves the game. Whew. Now that was a very fun game for me to play. I really enjoyed it, even though I don't usually cheese. Heck, I don't even play Zerg most of the time, but I thought I'm going to do this just to have some fun, just to take the stress of it, because playing StarCraft II is about having the fun in even though it is serious, you are trying to ladder up, take the time out and have these fun games, because when they do work, it is really fun. I mean, it's probably really frustrating for the other player, because this is he's probably kicking himself over the fact that he couldn't stop it. But it's really fun. It was really fun for me to execute this. Saying that, I do have a few tips that I should have done, and that is take care of your main base, or put those upgrading structures like an evolution chamber or further tech structures into the natural that you're building at the opponent, because you should never forget about teching up. Because obviously, if you're investing all this money into this cheese, you don't know what he's doing. He may have well been putting a proxy starport right here, or put in a hidden base right here. So you have to be aware of what your opponent is doing. So obviously I didn't do this, but if you are going to do this, if you're going to pull off a strategy like this, I would highly advise always scouting around the map, just sending over an SCV or worker around the map just to double check that he hasn't done anything sneaky. And that's all I have to say about this game. It was a very fun game to play, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. Thank you, and have a good day.